addition to the budgetary funding, is the recognition of the need, as per our renewed hope agenda, to include all. So in addition to federal government funding, we have been talking to foundations. While we are in Qatar, with the blessing of Mr. President, we met the coordinating Minister of Education, the coordination Minister of Health, Professor Pate, the Minister of Education, and myself met with Qatar Foundation and Qatar Charity, and in order to see what kind of support they can give us, and they promise support. The coordinating Minister of the Economy and I were also at the Islamic Development Bank annual meetings, and I even was invited to speak at the meeting on education, and this is one of the issues we raised, and we had a very successful meeting with led by the coordinating Minister of the Economy, with the IDB, and they promised us support. Equally, we are currently negotiating with the World Bank a program called Human Opportunities Capital Program, HOPE, which has three components: governance, education, and health. The education component is a $500 million facility we are hoping to get from the World Bank under the leadership of the coordinating Minister of the Economy, that will support strengthening of educational delivery mechanism and structure, and ensuring that more teachers are recruited for all kind of for all type of students. All those who are taking care of children are supported, and recognizing that we are a federation, this responsibility is shared between federal, state, and local governments. Equally, because of the Supreme Court judgment on funding of local government, we are from here going to a meeting and the HOPE design, where we are going to further draw attention, or rather see how the three tiers of government, federal, state, and local government, will work together so that educational outcomes for all become more appreciated and supported. Mr. President had made it clear to us. That's why even when we put and you graciously approved an amount for school feeding, Mr. President was very clear that let us know that school feeding is for all children.
Children, vulnerable children, or the vulnerabilities of children in schools, to mention that currently it's under Ministry of Finance, and that's perhaps why I have learned to lean towards providing that information today. There is a Safe Schools initiative. It is funded, and it is a robust plan that has international relevance and backing in order to keep our children safe in schools. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Deputy Chairman, honorable members.
Presenting
the issue affecting the forgotten ones. I always call them the forgotten ones, the out-of-school children, the marginal group. If you could recall, a letter emanating from the office of the chairman of this committee was sent to your various offices on the 16th of August 2024, inviting you to brief the committee on the financial plans and programs for the out-of-school children. This followed a very ugly situation that happened from the 1st of August, the national protest, of which, unfortunately, from most of the states in the north, the out-of-school children featured very well in the protest. We have been discussing individually, particularly with the Minister of Budget and Planning in the last 1.5 years on the issue of this out-of-school children, what needs to be done to effectively tame the menace. The Honorable Minister of Finance, we believe, have a lot of role to play in getting what is required, at least for the takeoff of an agency that was initiated by the hard work of this Honorable House, and the National Commission of Al-Majid and out-of-school children was established. It was assented expeditiously by the then President, and appointments were made also by the current President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So as I welcome you all to this important briefing session, as we are all aware, the issue of out-of-school children continue to pose significant challenge to our nation. The menace does not only threaten the socio-economic development and security of our country, but also directly impacts the well-being of our citizens. Under our able and amiable President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, education has been identified as a cardinal objective, reflecting the government's deep commitment to addressing this menace. To effectively tackle this challenge, there is an urgent need to synergize between all levels of government, the parliament, and the key stakeholders across the divide. And hence, that is why we feel the first point of call are the two ministers, the Minister of Planning and Budget and the Minister of Finance. Today we gather to discuss and review the financial plans and programs instituted by the ministries to address the issue of out-of-school children. It is also our hope that this dialogue will foster stronger collaboration and pave way for effective solution that will ultimately secure a brighter future for our children and our nation. I look forward to a fruitful discussion and to the valuable insights that will emerge from this session. Thank you very much. I remain Architect Ibrahim Al-Mustafa Aliu, Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, the Chairman of this committee. This is my prepared remarks. But additionally, Honorable Ministers, if we look at the 2023 budget, the 2024 budget of the agencies that are saddled or mandated to cater for these vulnerable groups or the marginalized groups, the National Commission for Out-of-School Children, Al-Majri, the National Commission for Nomadic Education, the National Commission for Adult and Non-Formal Education. Looking at the budget, you realize that their total capital component, including even the recurrent component of the budget, put together is not more than 4 billion naira. And this to cater for over 60 million of the affected groups we are talking about. This looks very meager. This committee, from inception, have made significant strides, reaching out even like minds and would-be partners in an effort to raise funds on our own as our contribution to the government to be able to pursue this issue of marginal groups. But wherever we go, we meet a brick wall, because the issue of complementation will arise. What do you have to complement? What do you have on ground? When you are looking for $2 billion, okay, what do you have in the budget? What is the government doing? The renewed hope agenda of Mr. President was a key booster to the committee, and we believe the President is skillfully working to ensure that this issue of out-of-school children has effectively been tamed. So we want to hear from the ministry. What can we do going forward? With the event of the 1st August, it has further revealed to us that these are an emergency that we have to tackle. Whether we have provision in the budget for the agencies, we have to find a way and means of getting funds, at least for these agencies, to do something, to tame the situation and reverse the trend. With this, I welcome you once again to this very important interaction, and I now call on the two honorable ministers to give their response. Thank you very much.